Hello everybody. Well, as you can see, it's two-stroke small engine day here at K-Fab. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a video on boring and honing two-strokes. So I got a large assortment here. This is my evening's work that I have lined up for me. And well, this is how we do them. So I got this one here. I have to take this one out, $0.5 mil. Everything on this here stuff's metric these days, right? So I come down to my pinhole. I grab the appropriate mandrel. I already have it put in. Previously, I measured my piston. Where'd I put it? So I can determine my clearance, look up the factory specs for the piston clearance. I'm going to do it with my snap gauge and my micrometer and my gauge on my sun and pin home. So this is set, and this is accurate to 1/10,000th of an inch. Older machine, so of course it's not going to be metric. I'm going to use this to bring it close. This will give me the run out, tell me I'm true, all that stuff. So I got the appropriate manual on here. I got my core stones in here because I got to cut out a substantial amount of material. This is a steel sleeve in this one. Sometimes they are aluminum, sometimes they're nickel. And it's pretty simple. Nice thing about this, as opposed to a regular hone, as you go over where your parts are on a two-stroke, there's less surface area for the stone because, well, there's this big hole there, right? So it tends to cut the metal around it a little bit more. You can end up really egg-shaped. You get out or round. You can end up with silver walls that go like this, like that. Using the sun and pin home greatly eliminates that. So we just simply put it in here. This has its own fluid flow, coolant, but we're not going to use that. We're just going to use a little bit of this because it will get too messy when I'm home. We use that when we're resizing rods. And we just, well, it's simple actually. So it's 2 stages. You push a little bit, it gets it running. A little bit more and it slowly brings the stones out. And you just start honing. Get yourself your nice crosshatch pattern going. Adjust your stones out a bit more. Happens really quick. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing. And because it bores so fast, you can use minimum pressure. You don't have to, which gives you a better, more consistent, smoother finish. I have 7 thou to go. Now I'm talking imperial. I convert, I always convert over. I have 2 thou to go. That's how quick this happens. So what I'm going to do now is off camera, I'm going to replace the coarse stones with a fine stone. We're going to go to a very particular RA finish, which I will do a more in-depth video on later. And we will take out the last 2 thou with that. Okay. Okay, we're back. So I put my 600 stones on, and we're gonna do the last 2 thou. This will give us a almost a chrome-like finish. It's about this simple. When you're honing an engine block, you put a torque plate on because you bolt your heads down into the cylinder wall and you start the cylinder wall with the clamping forces of the bolt. This we're going right through. There's a stud in the case, goes up through the head. There's no distortion. No need to do on this particular type, there's no need to do a torque plate. Now, if this head bolted into the cylinder wall here, and then this clamped down to the block, we would need a torque plate. The studs go straight through, no distortion. So we're almost there. We're just going to slowly sneak up on this. We don't want to go too big. With the modern rings we have now, the finishes on the rings and the pistons, it's the finish of the RA finish is very critical these days. These are 600 stones, so they don't cut as fast. This is just strictly for the finish and the cross hatch. We have a bore gauge we also use. If we're boring an automotive engine on our CK10, we use a bore gauge. Here we don't have to use the bore gauge. We have, well, a bore gauge right there. So I'm checking this for exacting size. And I am dead on, right to the width of the line. Zero run out, totally round, totally parallel. Here, let me shut the machine off and I'll, well, it's got a lot of cutting fluid in it now, but we'll just see if you can get a shot on the finish there. So we'll clean this unit all up now. In case you're wondering why I didn't clean it up before I honed it, I wanted to make sure that the gouging would clean up, make sure it was a salvageable cylinder wall. I didn't want to, you know, waste time honing something that was cleaning something that wasn't salvageable. So there you go. As you can see, I got my night's work cut out for me. I got a whole lot more to do. Okay, night everyone.